I'm RYT Parker, and today we're going to be doing some floor work. I've been doing a lot of standing asanas lately. I wanted to kind of focus back on some mat work, working the hips, spine, and specifically today, the third eye. In that spirit, we're going to start today in a modified easy pose. You're going to bring your either side, it really doesn't matter. For me, I have my right ankle over my left ankle, knees facing up towards towards my shoulders. I do have this sort of X angle, and for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start today, my hands cross over as well, and I bring my hands over my head, and I'm actually massaging my third eye, my pineal gland, from here, back straight. Just taking a moment to center yourself. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Really drawing yourself towards that third eye. We're going to drop right into a more traditional easy pose, and in the same spirit of focusing on our third eye. Hands are going to come over like so, into a meditative stance. That's Dale. Hands are going to come over like so, to a meditative stance. And we're just going to take a moment here to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And I want your head facing towards the ceiling, drawing, centering yourself into your third eye. From here, we're going to just exhale, relax into just an easy pose. And just like we did in a previous video, I want to do a little bit of work on my wrists, just a few wrist stretches from this pose. We're going to start taking our hands forward, bringing the palms together, interlocking the fingers, and just outstretching like so. If you find that this is too difficult on your wrist, you can take an individual hand like so, pull back with your other hand, and get the stretch in this manner. And if you did choose to use that option, switch hands now. Now, we're going to exhale, come back in the center. And we'll once again take our hands, clasp like you're clapping, like so. And we're just going to turn the wrist out like so. Turn the wrist out like so. If it works for you, you can interlock here as well. We're just getting a wrist stretch. Inhale, exhale. We're going to exhale back to center. Keeping up with this third eye focus. I'm now going to go into a neck stretch. The right hand comes up, over, grabs the other side of my head, and I pull towards my right elbow, getting a neck stretch. I'm going to release, inhale back to center. Left hand comes up, over, grabs the side of my head, and I'm pulling towards my left elbow. Exhale, release. From here, I want you to take your hands, like so, putting your elbows to your thighs. We're going to create a basket with our hands, push our forehead into it. Palms on your third eye, and giving yourself resistance with your hands as you push your neck down into a forward stretch. Of course, taking our time to breathe. Exhale, back to center. Now I'm going to take my hands, turning my wrist backwards as I look up to the sky. It's a slight back bend variation as I have my chin facing up towards the ceiling. Again, focusing in on my third eye. If turning the wrist is too difficult for you, you can either have the wrist facing forward, use your knuckles, whatever works for you as we continue our next stretch. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Now going to inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, drop into a forward fold. You can do whatever feels comfortable for you, whether that's bring the hands out. You can grab your own head here. Inhale back to center. All right. From here, we're going to do just a twist from the easy pose position. I'm going to bring my right arm. Let's start with this. I'm going to bring my left hand back behind my back once more. Right elbow towards the left knee. Looking over my left shoulder. Just getting a stretch here, this twist position. And inhale, back to center. Right hand comes to the floor, left elbow comes over the right thigh. Looking over my right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And I'm going to inhale back to center. From here, we're going to get an overhead stretch into a side stretch. I'm going to bring my left hand once more to the mat, right hand up and over, and I'm going to twist towards my left side. If you have the range of motion, you can bring the elbow to the mat. For me, I'm going to modify and just have my hand out like so as I stretch over. Exhale back to center. Right hand, or depending on your range, right elbow comes to the mat, left hand up. On the inhale, exhale into this stretch. And take a moment here to breathe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back into center. From here, legs are going to come out to a wide angle, like so. Once more, for the purpose of my stretch today, right hand comes up, touches my left toe. You can bring both hands to the toe if that's part of your practice. You can use your left hand just off to the side like we've done before. And inhale, exhale. On your exhales, you're going to try to, again, within your own comfort, you're going to try to get your head closer to the knee. Inhale, exhale, drawing down closer to the mat. Inhale, exhale, driving down closer to the mat, using your breath work. I'm going to inhale, come back to center. Right hand comes down. Inhale, left hand comes up. Exhale, down to your right toe. Take a moment to breathe. On the exhales, trying to get closer to your own knee with your head. Inhale back to center. From here, your right heel comes to your left thigh. This time, inhale, both hands up. Exhale, dropping both hands towards your toes. Inhale, and exhale, trying to maintain a deeper stretch. If you find this to be uncomfortable, you can use a pillow, for instance, for more stability. And that just comes under your right knee. You'll find that the stretch becomes slightly easier for you here. And inhale, come back to center. So, if you're using the pillow, switching it over. Left heel comes to right thigh. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale into that stretch. Inhale, back to center. Inhale, hands up. Exhale into a forward fold. Grab your own toes. You can grab your own ankles, whatever feels right to you. And if you're more advanced, you can of course bring your hands out forward in your stretch. Try to get the elbows to touch the mat. I'm not quite there in my own practice, so I've chosen to go with the ankles and sometimes toe variation. We're just going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale back to center. All right. From here, as nature to stretch, I'm going to go into a staff pose, and I'm just going to turn so you can see it. Just to start for my staff pose, I'm going to bring my hands down to my thighs like so. Right. This is not, the back is straight as possible. And again, if this pose becomes a lot for you, you can use a bolster. But on this particular pose, you'll see my toes are either facing up, or I can have them pointed back towards my heart. So I've started with my hands here on my thighs, or even sometimes inside the thigh. But ultimately, I'm trying to end with my hands down to the mat like so. This is a full body stretch. And you're actually pretty active here. You're engaging the core in the back, trying to have your body at this 90-degree angle. We're just going to exhale, come back to center. Now I'm going to go into a series of down angle poses. So the heels come together, like so. And from here, you're trying to get your knees as close to the mat as possible. This can be a difficult position, so I find that pillows can be extremely helpful if you find yourself struggling with this particular position. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. All right. From here, we're going to maintain that bound angle, and we're coming back into a reclining bound angle pose. Take your time going back. You can walk the hands back like so. Back's flat to the mat, head facing up to the ceiling. Again, you can use pillows to bolster this posture, help with your stability. And the same ultimate goal, having the knees getting as close to the mat as possible. It's really going to open up the hips. You're going to feel that stretch. From here, I want you to just exhale. We'll take a moment in Shavasana, corpse pose. Just center ourselves once more, prepare for the rest of the sequence. Feel free to move about a little bit if you're feeling tight now in the legs. Move whatever feels right for your body. Again, just breathing. And inhale, make your way back up to a seated position. Now, what I'm going to do from here is, as you can see, keeping the right heel close to my own butt, left foot coming over. Excuse me as I move this over. And we're going to go into a half lowered fishes pose. The left elbow comes over the right knee. I like to have my hands up in this variation, looking over my right shoulder, feeling that back stretch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I'm going to exhale, put my feet out in front of me like so. Move them out like this. And now the left heel comes towards the butt. Left hand is going down behind my back. Right foot comes over. Right elbow right in front of my my knee. Bring my hands up into this pose, looking over my left shoulder. Take a moment to breathe. Just getting a good spinal twist here. And then exhale, come back to center. I'm going to begin that sequence again. Bring the right heel towards my butt, left foot over. In this particular case, the right hand stays here, left hand goes up, and I'm getting a twist into a side angle from here. Exhale back in the center. Once again, left foot comes towards the butt, right foot over, left hand down, right hand up on an inhale. Exhale, falling into a bend. Nice variation on a lower fish pose. Inhale, come back to center. Now, from here, I'm back in my easy pose. I'm going to once again, just to prepare myself for the next phase, come to my own ankles and doing an embryo pose once more. Inhale, exhale. And remember, if need be, feel free to use a bolster. Exhale, back to center. I'm going to attempt fire log pose. Now, typically my hips really aren't prepared for this type of pose. In this case, I'm bringing my left foot out in front of me like so. I like to start like this. My right foot, so we're standing on my own ankle. I then slide a little across. Now again, this is my range of motion isn't great here, so I personally do like to use pillow for support. You can see that really helps me get into this fire log pose angle. Okay. So back straight. You want the heel sort of sliding past your own knee, ideally. And so for me, I'm now taking my hands behind my back once more, chest out. This, chest out. Into the sky, and once again, closing our eyes and focusing on the third eye once more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Come back to center. Once again, my range of motion, I'm sure like many of yours, is not. This is a more advanced pose. It doesn't look that hard, but it is can be very difficult on the hips. So if you have any sort of hip or knee problems, I would avoid this one. Right foot comes over like so. I'm going to prepare myself preemptively with this pillow. It could be a roll of towel, whatever you use. Again, focusing on the heel should start to come past the knee in this pose. Now, a more flexible yogi would have this knee lower. I am not there. Once more, hands come behind the back. Chest open, chin pointing towards the sky. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, back to center. And I can assure you, under normal circumstances, if I tried to begin with that fire log pose, I wouldn't have even gotten close. It's actually pretty good for me, like I said, from years of random sports and not really taking care of the flexibility of my body. I find a lot of these poses to be difficult. On that note, we're going to wind down just a bit. Bring your feet out in front of you, and one more time with that chest opener and facing up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right. And once again, I'm going to make my way to my back. Done a lot of work today with the hips and the legs. That can be very difficult on you. So I'm going into a happy baby pose. Really just kind of working out everything that I've worked on. You see that I'm moving around a bit. Trying to find what feels right to me. Sort of work out my legs after that stretch. Come down. All right. From here, right foot comes up like so. See, you have this 90-degree angle. Hands drop flat to the mat. And I'm just twisting over like so. Working out the back after that fairly intense session. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Coming back on an inhale to center. This time, left leg comes up, this angle. Exhale into a recline twist. If you can't have the shoulders flat to the mat, please do so. My flexibility range is not quite there. You can use your own hand to assist, but ideally, arms are flat to the mat. Exhale. All right. So after that series of stretches, I hope that's loosened you up a bit. We're going to end today's session in Shavasana. So we're just falling down into our corpse pose. Grounding ourselves once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feel free to move around, as I said before. Know that those leg stretches can be pretty intense. Probably feeling it right now in your hips. Once again, part of our focus today was on our third eye, so let's center into that. Centering into the forehead. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Centering on the forehead. Yourself just melt away. Slowly make your way back up. Take your time. And then today in our kneeling pose. Once again, thank you for joining me today. Pretty intense leg work. My recommendation, walk around a little bit after this, take some time out to just sort of work all that out. I want to thank you again for joining me for today's session, and course, thank yourself for hitting your mat once more, getting your work in. So I always like to say everyone has their own path, their own journey. Um, you know, flexibility is something that I struggle with, which makes it interesting that I got into to yoga. But over time, I hope to be just able to get more depth in my poses and find just more flexibility in my asanas. So once again, thank you. I'm Reggie Parker, and have a great day.